Hello, hello students. Welcome to another introductory lecture on logic design. Electronic circuits are of two kinds, analog and digital. The following slide shows the characteristics of an analog circuit. Almost all signals in the world are analog, that is, they are continuously varying values. There are a lot of continuously variable signals in nature like light, motion, sound, temperature, pressure, etc. For example, the voltage from an audio amplifier might take any one of the infinite values between -10 volts and +10 volts. An instrument which gives output that varies continuously as a quantity to be measured is known as an analog instrument. Analog instruments usually have pointers that move in a continuous arc across a number of distinct values. In my PPT, I have given you example of an analog watch and an analog multimeter. In contrast, digital circuits in which the voltage levels assume a finite number of distinct values. In modern digital circuits, there are just two discrete voltage levels, 0 and 1. We also call it as on or off, high or low. The instrument which gives output that varies in discrete steps and only has finite number of values is known as a digital instrument. Example, a digital multimeter and a digital watch. Digital circuits are also called as switching circuits because voltage levels in a digital circuit are assumed to switch from one value to another instantaneously. Digital circuits are also called as logic circuits because each type of digital circuit obeys a certain set of logic rules. In this diagram, we can clearly see the difference between a digital multimeter and an analog one. The digital multimeter measures voltage in discrete values, whereas an analog multimeter measures voltage as continuous values. So which one is better? Obviously, digital circuits are better, and here are the reasons why. Digital circuits are easier to design. This is because there are only two voltage levels, 0 or 1, on or off, high or low, thus making it very easy to design. The exact numerical values of voltages are not important because they have logical significance. In analog systems, however, the values have a numerical significance, so their design becomes more complicated. Information storage is easy in a digital circuit. You know that there are many types of semiconductor and magnetic memories of very large capacity which can store digital data for long periods of time. Digital circuits have greater accuracy and precision. This is because digital systems can be easily expanded to handle more digits if necessary. Analog systems are quite complex and costly for the same accuracy and precision. Digital systems are more versatile. This is because they can be designed such that their operation is controlled by a set of stored instructions called a program. For example, your computer. Digital circuits are less affected by noise. As you all know, unwanted electrical signals are called as noise. Noise is unavoidable in any system. For example, if we were in class and some of you were talking, that would be called as noise. In analog systems, exact values of voltages are important, whereas in digital systems, only a range of values is important. So the effect of noise is more severe in analog systems. Digital circuits are fabricated on digital ICs and hence is much more simpler and more economical than analog IC technology. Higher density of integration is also possible with digital ICs. And lastly, digital technology has proven to be very reliable. Let us move on to the next slide. As you know, digital systems use the binary number system. Two binary digits 1 and 0 represent two voltage levels. We also call it as high and low. In theory, there are two types of logic levels. One is called as positive logic and the other is called as negative logic. What is the difference between the two? If a high voltage is represented using 1 and a low voltage is represented using 0, this is called as a positive logic system. In contrast, if a high value is represented using 0 and a low value is represented using 1, this is called as a negative logic system. So in other words, 1 will be represented as one will be represented as plus 5 volts and 0 will be represented as 0 volts, then this is referred to as a positive logic system. Similarly, if 1 is represented as 0 volts and 0 is represented as plus 5 volts, then this is called a negative logic system. Pulse waveforms. In digital circuits and systems, the voltage levels are normally changing back and forth between high and low states. So pulses are very important in their operation. Here is an example of a digital pulse. A pulse can be of two types, positive pulse and a negative pulse. Let us look at what is the meaning of a positive pulse. In a positive pulse will be generated when a low voltage goes to a high level and then returns to a low level. In contrast, a negative pulse will be generated when a high voltage goes to a low value and then returns to a high level. Also, a pulse has two edges, a leading edge and a trailing edge. For a positive pulse, the leading edge is a positive going transition and the trailing edge is a negative going transition. In contrast, in a negative pulse, the leading edge is a negative going transition and the trailing edge is a positive going transition. What is a positive edge? It is a rising edge. And what is a negative edge? It is basically a falling edge. That's all for now. I will leave you with a few questions to think about. Firstly, we have seen that digital technology is so great and has so many advantages. Can you think of any disadvantages? Secondly, an ideal digital waveform, as shown in the previous slide, appears as a square waveform. What are the characteristics of a non-ideal waveform? Thank you. Connect to the classroom for all subject-related documents.